who were the Lindie'S, Grimmans, Benders, Patois, and Leps? And how do they connect us to Guyana's legacy and to that of other Guyanese families?
All right. Good evening, one and all. Welcome to the Georgetown Monday night at the Georgetown Tea House, along with Talk at the Tongue. Monday night, we tend to go towards the inspirational side of things. And in the coming weeks, in the coming Mondays, we will be looking at family and ancestry. A few weeks ago, we started a program titled Morty, Lindie'S Guyana Story. Morty, who's originally from Kukwani, now residing in the US, is one of those people in your family, who's interested in who is my cousin, who is my great grandfather, and that kind of thing. And Morty has been going after in terms of putting together his family tree. All right. So we'll be following Morty's story, and at the same time, we'll try to have a conversation with each other. All right. You never know. You might have, way different surname than me. You may have never seen me, but who knows? We might well be related. All right. So we'll be looking at Morty Lindie'S story. If you happen to know Morty or any of the names that we call, from Kukwani, please feel free. Hit us up in the chat. All right. This is about family and ancestry. And I'm sure by the time we're done here, if you haven't yet done so, you'll be tempted to go and, start working on your own family tree. All right. This is the Georgetown Tea House and Talk at the Tongue, and we'd like to welcome you.
Who were the Lindie'S, Grimmans, Benders, Patois, and Leps? And how do they connect us to Guyana's legacy and to that of other Guyanese families?
I will just let you guys talk in terms of trying to work out where the connection is. All right. Now, there's some names that would come up in Morty's family, like Leps, Lindie, Bender, Grimon, and so on. But during our last episode, a young lady by the name of Beverly, whose last name is Liking, actually, made a comment, and it was confirmed between she and Morty that they're actually cousins. Now, there's this guy I know, Compton Liking. Compton Liking, or Junior Liking, as some of you might know him, is a bass player who played for Jerusalem, among other bands. All right. And I said Liking, and after saying the name in my head, I say, you know what, I gotta reach out to Junior Liking and see if maybe Junior Liking and Morty might be family in the same way that Beverly Liking and Morty Lindie are family. All right. So let's look at who Morty himself is. Let me introduce you to Morty's family.
On my father's side, my grandparents were Travis G. Lindie III, 1907 to 1975, and Ruth Patois, 1909 to 1990, while my mother's parents and my maternal grandparents were James Grimmond, 1912 to 1966, and Joyce Bender, 1912 to 1976. Going back another generation to my great-grandparents. On my paternal grandfather's side, my great-grandparents were Travis Lindie Jr. and Elfrida Leps. On my paternal grandmother's side, they were William H.J. Patois, born 1862, and Rebecca Lessner, 1872 to 1946. On my maternal grandfather's side, my great-grandparents were James Grimmond Sr. and Celia H. Curtius. And on my maternal grandmother's side, my great-grands were Henry P. Bender, 1882-1965, and Teresa A. Swarven, died 1963. So let's recap the surnames seen thus far in my family tree: Lindie, Grimmond, Patois, Bender, Leps, Lessener, Curtius, and Swarven. If perchance we have not met and you carry any of these titles and think we might be related, please hit me up. Text me on WhatsApp at 6782214060.
Okay, War Bunbury, one of our viewers, he was asking me how the Liken is spelled. It's L-Y-K-E-N, and I think there's some relationship to the family that owns the Liken Funeral Parlor in Guyana. All right. So I had a conversation. I invited Junior Liken or Compton Liken for a conversation with Morty. We were trying to get to the bottom. Morty, remember, Morty Lindie and Beverly Liken are cousins, and Compton or Junior Liken and Beverly Liken are also cousins. So we were trying to figure, okay, would Compton or Junior Liken also be cousins with Morty? Here's the first part of that conversation. Folks, we have to gentlemen, two Guyanese gentlemen here who might just be related. So they're gonna talk GT style, Guyanese style, and see, where the connections may or may not be. At the top of the screen, we have Morty, his surname Lindie, and at the bottom of the screen, we have Compton Liking. All right, take it away, gentlemen.
Well, good. Well, hi, Compton. Nice again too. And this is our first time meeting here, and I know some of Compton's relative from Kokwani side, but never really connected. So the idea is to see if we can piece together some of it.
Right,
so,
right.
Compton, I don't know if you know that, but I don't know if you ever went to Kokwani.
Yep, I went to Kokwani in 1978. I think it was 79. I went to my uncle John.
Okay.
John Henry, like in
yes.
I stayed at him, but my other uncle Steve or Stuyvesant, he used to be an inspector at the constabulary. Right?
Okay.
I went up there because I wanted to join the constabulary. I was trying to get in there or the army or the police force. But I eventually end up in the police force, and I served 9 years, and I'm an ex-sergeant. But coming back to Uncle John and Uncle Steve, those were my father brothers, right? And according to Nancy, he got to meet you, or and you said that we could be related. Well, he mentioned Beverly.
Yes.
Right? That you're related to Beverly. Well, if you're related to Beverly from her father's side, you're related to me, bro. But you look like family, though.
Yes, we got the appearance, and sometimes that could go a long way too. People would just tie you in together easily.
Let's, for the sake of the listeners, let's walk with Beverly. Beverly is the one connecting piece.
Yes.
Let's see where we go. Now, break down, Morty, how you and Buzz and Beverly are cousins. Kind of.
All right. So if we look from Beverly's side, Beverly's mother, who was Imelda.
Right.
So Imelda's let me see, So Imelda would come down from, even though Imelda would come down from the Bender side. So Imelda's mom, who was Enid Bender, right? So Enid Bender and Jenny, right? John's, right? Uncle John, we would call him Uncle John's wife.
Right.
Beverly grandmother and Uncle John's wife and Jenny, they were siblings. Enid and Jenny were siblings. And so and Jenny, Enid, their father, who was a Bernard Bender, and my great grandfather, who was a Henry Bender, were siblings. Not great grandfather, great grandfather. All right, so two grandfathers were siblings. So Beverly and I are at that level, at our great grandfather. So my great grandfather, who was Henry Bender, Beverly's great grandfather, who was Bernard Bender, they were siblings, right? And that's where Beverly and I are tied in, and we would be considered third cousins, right? Because we go up to the third grandparent where we're common.
Okay, so you're third cousin. All right. Something's very interesting about all this. Growing up, before adulthood and dealing with getting into the whole genealogy and ancestry stuff. You would have thought that in terms of grandparents, all right? If you know, I got a grandfather, we're family, we're cousins, then you know, we share grandfather, we share great grandfather, we share great grandfather, or fourth and second grandfather and thing. But to know that sometimes you could actually find the connection when you go up. All right. So Morty is actually connected to Beverly via their third grandparent, right? Or great granddad. And that's where they get the connection. And because it's the third grandparent, and that's how they become third cousins. Now, the name Bender wasn't that much familiar to Junior Lycan, but he kept saying, you know, there is something to this Bender name, something to this Bender. Junior, in you know, in your conversations with your mama, dad, did he ever mention any surnames like Lindie, Grimman, Bender, Leps,
Bender, I think.
Patwar? He mentioned any surnames like that?
No, the other surnames, no, but I think this Bender name somehow, you know, something about the name Bender. I heard it already. Mentioned, my mom did mention the Benders because there was this guy that used to live in Plaisance at one time, and you could have swear that him and my father are twins.
Oh wow!
His surname was Bender. I'm sorry, I can't put my hand on that photograph.
On the first name, yeah.
I'm gonna ask my sister if we still have that photograph.
Okay.
That would be awesome if you have a name on a photograph.
On a photo, definitely.
That would be helpful.
First name, but he looked just like daddy, just like my father. Same pigmentation, same height, everything about them. They look like, and the guy name was Ben. I can't remember his first name. I'm gonna call my sister later on and find out from her if she still have the photograph and what was the guy's first name.
Okay.
Can't remember. I know the surname very well. That name Bender ring a bell. But me and my mom had this discussion so many years ago, and she ain't wrong now. So
okay,
there's no way I can.
Okay. What was your mom's maiden name, Junior?
My mom, well, our maiden name was it Gomes? I think it was Gomes.
Gomes. Okay.
Gomes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did they grow up? Because there are Gomes. I mean, there are. Where was your father from?
My father? Mm-hmm. Well, according to what he used to say, he was born in Essequibo.
Okay.
Like my grandfather. My grandfather was a county sergeant major. She used to be all over Guyana. But he used to say that he born in Essequibo. I can't remember the exact place. Anna Regina.
Okay.
He said he was born in Anna Regina. That was all I know.
Okay.
He's there, and then when he became 18 or 19 or something like that, he moved to town and he joined the Guyana police force, and that was it.
Right. And what part of the country is your mom from? The Gomes?
My mom is from town.
Okay.
Rice town.
Okay.
But she is Gomes, right? The last name is Gomes?
Yeah, Gomes.
Okay.
As we said at the beginning, Junior Lycan is an accomplished bass player, former member of Jerusalem, and he's also played with some other bands. I'm just gonna give you 60 seconds of an original piece from Junior Lycan.
I've been waiting for you to love me for quite some time, and this waiting and waiting is driving me out of my mind. I believe what is mine should be given to me, so don't let plays its tricks on me. Come on, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me like you really love me. Love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me like you really mean it, boy. This feeling inside me is like a burning fire. Got to have you, baby. You're the one I desire.
Hello once again. You're at the Georgetown Tea House, compliments of the Georgetown Tea House, and Talk at the Tongue. All right. This particular program is entitled Morty, Lindie'S Guyana Family Story. All right. Where, Morty is someone who has a deep interest in, tracing his family lineage. All right. And so we're using Morty's story as the basis to reach out and we want to encourage others to also, start putting together their family tree and, start asking questions of the old people, because you never know, some of you out there might well be family with Michael the Abrolutas of Talk of the Tongue or Porcy, who knows. All right. So we're talking with Morty and Compton. We found out before that Morty and one Beverly liking are cousins, third cousin, as Morty earlier explained, and we're trying to figure if Compton, who's Compton liking who's cousin with Beverly, if he's also related to Morty. Break down your connection, Junior, to Beverly.
Well, Beverly and I collected through my Uncle Joe, who was my father's
Brother.
Yeah, brother.
Yep.
Or brother. I think was Auntie Dora, then Uncle John, then Auntie Dora, then Uncle Joe, then Auntie Baba, then either Daddy before Auntie Baba or or after, then Aunt Emerin, and then Uncle Steve being the last one.
So I think the way to wrap it up a little bit. So Compton, you're junior, right? So Compton's
right.
Father was also Compton.
No,
right?
No, his father, my grandfather's name was John Henry.
I meant your father. Your father is
my father was
Compton.
Compton Senior. I'm Compton Junior.
And your father brother was Joe.
Joe, who is Beverly's father.
Right? So in this case here, Compton and Beverly would be first cousins.
Right.
Right, because they have common grandparents.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So Beverly and I are third cousin. Compton and Beverly would be first cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Right. So as we got down into the conversation and we were able to eventually kind of map it out and figure out whether Morty and Compton are actually cousins.
He mentioned Beverly.
Yes.
Right? That you're related to Beverly. Well, if you're related to Beverly from her father's side, you're related to me, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the tricky thing right there, right? So Beverly and I are actually related from her mother's side.
Oh.
But there's been some interesting dynamics there. So so your Uncle John, right, that you went up to Kukwani for, was married to my aunt Jenny.
Yes. Jenny. That was
right. Jenny Bender is from the Bender side of my mom. My mom is from the Bender side. So like Aunt Jenny and my mom would be like second cousins.
Oh.
Right. So I do know I do know him from that side.
Mm-hmm.
But John was previously married.
Yes.
Right. And interestingly enough, from some research that I did with someone else that reached out to me, there was actually some connection to me and John's kids from his previous marriage.
Wow.
But we can't. I don't know if that connection is actually through John or through John's wife at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's a part that I haven't been able to figure out yet. Right. So, and that lady name was Grant. I think her last name was Grant.
I never met the woman.
Never met the woman.
No, I just
right.
know that.
So from this whole DNA ancestry thing, I do connect to some descendants from that side.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it's true the Lycan side or if it's true the, from their grandmother. I think it would be considered, right, from John's first wife side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an area that still unresolved.
All right. Thank you all for checking us out, for stopping by at the Georgetown Tea House. Compliments of the Georgetown Tea House and Talk of the Tongue. Thanks to Paul Perry, Bernadette Lindor, Sharon Castillo Edwards, War Bombery, all right, Michael Diablo-Lutas, Adela Gordon. Thank you all for stopping by. All right. We're gonna get to you started to hear a little of the conclusion there. But we're gonna have something for you, something inspirational.
Y'all make them tell me I'm a prayer. Trinidad, I can't be the only one who's excited to come. Who'll never forget? Everybody that loves Jesus, make some. Yeah. I make them all for me, I think I'm in the game. Y'all make them tell me what to say. Y'all make them tell me I'm a prayer. Who's excited to come? Call your name. I can't be the only one who's a Christian and not a prayer. Oh no, I know I'm not the only one that's addicted to it. Keep the excitement. That birthday, you will say it's impossible to be this way. I keep it on the inside. Yeah, everything you did for me, everything you do for me, I admire where I'm at. Who knows? Very few do. I've been at my lowest until you came through. The enemy has blessed me, but so do you. Bring up the rest and say, when somebody saves your soul, makes you whole, you gotta scream and shout. My worship's at another place. If you don't understand, you're gonna put me on. But you might just have a hard time. Cause I'm gonna be alone, Yeshua, we go to. Worship was a liberation. Lift your voice and give me. Cause I'm just who's excited to call your name. I can't be the only one. I'm a Christian. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus. I'm not the only one that's addicted to license. But with that way, you will say.
He mentioned Beverly.
Yes.
Right? That you're related to Beverly. But if you're related to Beverly from her father's side, you're related to me, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's the tricky thing right there, right? So Beverly and I are actually related from her. I mean, to quickly summarize, so Beverly and I would be third cousin through because we've got the same third grandparents are common.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And Beverly and Compton would be First cousin, because they've got the same common grandparents. And, you know, that's through the Lycan side. Beverly and I are through
the Bender side.
Through the Bender side.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, so you got that. Morty and Beverly, they're cousins, but cousins through the Bender side of his family. All right. There are no immediate Lycans on Morty's side of the family, but there's Lycan in Beverly's side of the family, of course, or that. And so Beverly and Compton or Junior Lycan are cousins via the Lycan line. But, you know, as far as we know, there's no blood connection between Compton or Junior Lycan and Morty. But of course, you know, we will continue to explore. All right. Let me remind you again of some of the names in Morty's family tree. And if you have any one of these surnames and you've got a story to tell, please do reach out.
On my father's side, my grandparents were Travis G. Lindie III, 1907 to 1975, and Ruth Patois, 1909 to 1990, while my mother's parents and my maternal grandparents were James Grimmond, 1912 to 1966, and Joyce Bender, 1912 to 1976. Going back another generation to my great-grandparents. On my paternal grandfather's side, my great-grandparents were Travis Lindie Jr. and Elfrida Lepps. On my paternal grandmother's side, they were William H.J. Patois, born 1862, and Rebecca Lessner, 1872 to 1946. On my maternal grandfather's side, my great-grandparents were James Grimmond Sr. and Celia H. Curtius. And on my maternal grandmother's side, my great-grands were Henry P. Bender, 1882-1965, and Teresa A. Swarven, died 1963.
So yes, folks, if you've got any of those names and you've not yet had a conversation with Morty, we would certainly like to hear from you. Let's begin filling out any blank spaces. All right. Going forward, there are a lot of dynamics to be considered when we're talking about family related stuff, and we're going to get into that. We're going to be explaining to you how you get to third and fourth cousin, and the meaning of the term first and second cousin, once removed or twice removed, and all of that. All right, so be sure to be with us on Monday nights, all right, which is a Christian oriented night, inspirational night, where we are looking at the family. All right, and the basis of all of the stories, the Morty, Lindie'S, Guyanese family story. Thank you all for watching. All right, it's been a pleasure being with you. All right, let me play back that clip again from Junior Lycan. Love it.
I've been waiting for you to love me for quite some time, and this waiting and waiting is driving me out of my mind. I believe what is mine should be given to me, so don't let us waste good time. Love plays its tricks on me, come on, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me like you really love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me, love me like you really mean it, boy. This feeling inside me is like a burning fire. Got to have you, baby. You're the one I desire.
Thanks again for joining us at the Georgetown Tea House. This will be all for now, and we sure hope when you, in the coming days, when you hear the names Georgetown Tea House and Talk of the Tongue together, that you'll be tuning in, because we've got some great programming in store for you, and that will be coming up. All right, so please do join us, and thank you again for listening. All right, we're going to close it out now.
I pray my soul to take, or else I pray that loneliness is gone when I awake. Hear, O Lord, the sound of my call. Hear, O Lord, and have mercy. My soul is longing for the glory of you. Oh, hear, O Lord, and answer me. Why do I no longer feel like I've a place to stay? Oh, take